Hello and welcome to Ketter Farms. How is everyone doing this fine evening? Hopefully well. Tonight we've got a little bit of something special planned, so I'm looking forward to jumping into Nitrodad's new map here and checking things out. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Now, as always, we've got a few changes, some small things we're going to do that are a little bit different. And so I figured, why not just do all that stuff live on stream today while we get everything set up, and we'll go through that. So that's the plan this evening. I'm getting chat brought up here on my other window. Looks like we've got Godly Devil. How you doing, man? Legendary, good to see you. Nick Stegman, how you guys doing? Legacy Ag, how's it going, sir? Living on a player from the staff team, good to see you, man. We've got quite a few things going on today. It's been a busy day, but looking forward to a little bit of farm sim this evening. Let's get everything switched over here. Make sure we're all set up. And true survival style, nothing newer than the 80s. So we are going to use some older school equipment right now. Should be good. Let's see here. Oh, my chat is not on live chat here. I think I'm missing some chat. Let's get this fixed up here. Oh, there we go. Lots of messages. How is everyone this evening? Looks like we've got Pleasant View Farms in here as well. Hoonigan, good to see you, man. James Taylor, how you doing? So, Brian, how's it going, man? We are gonna be starting out with some older school equipment here. Very little equipment. So I thought a lot about what I wanted to do for a survival series, and I'll be honest, I absolutely hate that every survival series I see starts with, you know, just a whole bunch of chainsawing and nothing but doing logging. And so we're gonna mix things up. We're gonna take a cue from Nitrodad and how he started this map out and do it that way. But we're gonna start some things out the right way here. So, Brian, sorry to hear you guys got hit by the storms there. I talked to a number of people in the community that got hit pretty hard there in the, South Dakota, Minnesota, that kind of area where it all went through. It was pretty devastating. I know I've got family in Minnesota as well. And yeah, stuff is rough over there. So hopefully you guys have got some good insurance and you can get through that stuff. Oh my goodness, we got DJ Goham in the house as well. And Old Man Jeb, how you doing? All right, so let's talk about what we're gonna do with this map. So what I've done here is this is a fresh save on new player mode. Now, I don't want to play on new player mode. This is a survival series. I've had the game up for way too long here. And so we are going to bump our economic difficulty up to hard. We're going to leave all of the normal settings on. We might as well turn plowing on. I am going to be cheap. We're not going to do field stone because I can't stand how we've got stones in FS22 right now. Other than that, that's the game settings. So we've got game settings all taken care of here. I'm going to save these just in case something bad happens. Now, I did do new farmer mode because I do want to start with the little farm that Nitrodad set up here as a starting farm. It's, 2 little fields. It's not going to be a lot of land, so we're going to be scrambling to do things. And if we look at the starting equipment here, he starts us off with a nice old 7700 John Deere. I figured this would be perfect for our survival series. We're going to get rid of all the base game equipment. I've got some old mods that I want to use here, so we're going to sell all this stuff off. And we're only going to use my typical North American style equipment here. Old man Jeb, 7 months and counting. You're at 11 months there by my count, so we're going to be having some fun here tonight. Let's see. So first off, I know it's probably a waste of money, but we need a farm truck here, and we've got this this old Ford that I don't know where. I had it in one of my mod folders here, so I'm going to just set this up here real quick. And I had it all set up ahead of the live stream, and then I deleted that save, so that's all right. So we're going to have an old pickup truck, we're going to have 1 tractor, and a gravity wagon, and that's going to be it to start out with here. So let's get this all picked out here. I've already kind of shopped around, and I know what I want. Now, I know we've got a lot of green fans in the audience here, but we're going to be doing this. Where's my back fenders? Because that's what I really want. Is this not? Oh, this is... Yeah, that's the one. I know this thing's got rear fenders. There it is. It's under station. Aha. I like these flat top fenders. I knew somebody who had one of these, and this is kind of what we drove around there out in the field. So this is what we're going to be grabbing here real quick. Da-da-da. Let's do this by... Yes. And we need the gravity wagon. So that should match up with the equipment that Nitrodad had for us here on the map. And we're not going to overdo it. We're going to get the smallest little gravity wagon they've got here. There we go. So we've got our 77 up here at the farm. And I've done one other thing that I'm going to show off here. We're gonna do one other change, and then we're going to get rid of the rest of our remaining money. This giant pit here, there used to be an elevator here. And so if Nitrodad happens to see this video later, I'm sorry, I ruined your map. We went into Giants Editor and yanked this thing off because I felt like having just 2 normal bins here would be a little bit better. So what we're going to do with that is come into landscaping mode here real quick. And we're just going to flatten this area out real quick. It's going to drain a big chunk of that starting money that we've got. Takes quite a while to fill in a hole that big. And we're going to slap down just 2 good old-fashioned bins here. I wanted to get, I think it's this one. That's a pretty big bin. There's a smaller version here somewhere, I thought. 30 foot. I guess they're all 30-foot bins. I thought we had a smaller one out of that pack, but I'm probably wrong. So we're going to slap this down. Now it's got a fan on one side and then the little emptying doohickey. So I'm going to put this down somewhere right in here. Only we want the Suka version. Oh, there's the smaller one. Oh, but this required an auger. That's why we're not using it. Sorry. Yeah, we don't want to have a second auger out here. So I'm going to do this right in this spot that we were at before. Like that. And then all we have to do is paint a little bit of grass here. Alex Detman, how you doing, man? Jay Modding, this map is public. Sorry, I haven't been reading chat here. SK, good to see you, man. Should have started with the Alice Chalmers. I do have an Alice Chalmers in here. That might be one of our upgrade tractors. I thought we'd start with something small and open cab to begin with. Painting. I want to paint the ground in here real quick. Why did my brush suddenly go square when it was a circle a minute ago? All right, that's not dirt. Is that that? Oh man, I can't get the same dirt color. Oh, that's very disappointing. Oh, disappointing. We're gonna have a different color dirt now. I wonder if there's a way for map makers to include the unique dirt colors in the landscaping tools. That would be really cool. Because now we've kind of made an ugly mess of this. That's all right. We'll, I'm trying to think what would look good here. Maybe we'll just leave it like this. Put a little bit more dirt back, or grass back in here. All right. There is a way to add more textures, but you have to do that beforehand. Gotcha. We'll look into that later. Maybe we'll clean up the yard in a separate video / stream, because that'll probably bug me in the long term. And you know what? I should have not wasted the time doing that. I wanted to put 2 silos down. I thought 2 would look good here. So we're going to grab one more real quick here. And slap that down right next to this one. Rotate it just a bit. Make sure that we're going to be able to get up under here with a gravity wagon or something. In fact, I should have rotated this one to face more out now that I'm thinking about it, but that's all right. Something like that. I don't want to be too far back into the trees here. Good deal. And my paintbrush gets reset every time. It's kind of annoying. I wish it would keep the size that I was just at a second ago. And painting. You can tell my landscaping skills are not very robust here. I apologize, folks. We'll get through this real quickly. And paint some grass in the back here. This tree is blocking my view. Put a little grass down. Gotta make it look pretty. Boom. All right. That's gonna do it for our farm modifications here. Brian Rutherford, how you doing, sir? Good to see ya. Couple train ends back to his trees. Fun putting crops in and out. Yeah, we actually had a silo like this that had a tree that came over the whole top of it. It was one of those things we needed to work on. But, you know, you're always afraid to take it down. It was like right in between 2 bins. And so, you know, we were worried to take it down because, you know, it could fall either way. We never got around to taking it down the right way. But yeah, so now we're about out of money. We've got just a combine, and I think our other equipment's going to be up here at the shop. So we're going to go ahead and fire this thing up. It's a little loud. We may have to adjust our volume here just a smidge. My goodness. Vehicle volume. We'll drop that down a few and see. I think a lot of this equipment is going to be on the louder side because it's older equipment. Where did I get the Ford pickup? Great question. That would be from... Oh, goodness. I'm forgetting the modder's name now. JCL. He's the guy that did some of the cool dairy barns with the unique functionality and stuff. That's still way too loud, folks. We're going to drop that down another 10% and see how that works out for us. Or is it JMF? I'm sorry, I said JCL. I bet it's a JMF. Thank you, Pleasant View Farms. Oh, I can't hook the gravity wagon up to it anyway, though, so. I do have manual attach on here, folks, so you'll have to bear with me as we get used to that. Whoops, there we go. The interior is nice and simple, although there is no dashboard, which is the one thing I noticed after I put this on here. So we may at some point shop around for another truck, but for now, I kind of like how this one feels. Was looking for something a little older, nothing too fancy. Nagi, how you doing? Lucas, the brand new, the fancy Ford with the with my logo on side and all that good. Yeah, that's a much nicer truck for sure. Honestly, I'm not much of a Ford pickup truck guy, so it's funny that I keep finding Ford pickup truck mods to use. It's got some good sound, but it's just a bit too loud compared to some of the other vehicles. Now, I'm off here driving the wrong way, folks. Oh, my goodness, there's the stop sign. Well then, that's the way to start the stream. We are going to have to get used to the map just a little bit here. We're first time out playing on it. We'll probably make a few wrong turns tonight. And I did get the crash counter working ahead of the episode tonight, so hopefully that continues. And as soon as we finish getting all of this equipment all set up here and whatnot, we'll take a look at where we're at on the farm and talk about kind of my goals and maybe, you know, the rules of the series, so to speak. I've got to adjust my money and everything here too. I think that's going to be fun. Godly Devil, welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you. Oh, I think this is our turn. There we go. Nice little private road. We'll take a tour up the dirt path here. I do like that this is a nice bumpy dirt road here, so if you go in cab, I love that you're just kind of bouncing around in here. Looks good. And what map is this? So this is Middleburgh by Nitrodad. And the link to the map and his Facebook page and his itch.io page are in the description of the video. You can go ahead and download the map from his itch.io page. And this is quite the driveway we've got here. It takes a little bit to get up here. Luckily, we don't have a lot of equipment to bring up here. Well, maybe not luckily. We'll be missing some of that equipment here once we get going, I suspect. There we go. The one thing I like about this truck and why I picked it is that it has auto load capability for bales. And I figure with our small farm here having a little bit of a dairy operation over here, we might pick up some cows and do a little bit of baling. If we can find some nice cheap equipment. I think there's some good, you know, I'm using some good older baling equipment on Westby, so we might do a little bit of that, just have a handful of animals. We've also got a chicken pen here somewhere, so we'll we'll be trying all of that stuff out. Now, let's see if we can get this gravity wagon hooked up to the farm mall. I don't expect to have any problems with this. There we go. And knowing the right way to go, we should be able to get to the farm quite a bit faster this time. And to start with, we've got things on single day seasons. I haven't bothered to move that up because I'm not sure how much work we're going to have to do. I probably should have put the better contracts mod on here so that we could get more contracts to do, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, we'll go from there. I do have a number of old school mods installed on this particular save. And so part of our plan for this is to start out pretty small. And so we've got a few mods making an appearance here. We've got Pleasant View Farms in the chat here. Hey, what's going on? This guy's like bumping me off the road. Look, we're gonna turn right up here. You don't have to be rude, dude. So, anyways, well, let me turn onto our little road where the traffic's not going to try and kill me. And I'll show off a few mods that I've got my eye on for upgrading here to pretty quickly, I think, when we get into spring. I do have the 20-foot cultivator pack that Pleasant View Farms released here. And then I've also got this cute little 6-row Kinsey planter here that we're going to be giving a shot to. So those should both be fun to play with. Maybe we'll even upgrade into this 12-row international cyclone here. That would be fun at some point. But I think 6-row is going to be more than big enough for our 2 little fields to start with. So we're going to give it a shot. I've been talking to Pleasant View for a while, talking about how I don't really want to use a lot of smaller equipment, especially like my Westby farm has grown to be a little bit bigger than I anticipated. And then Nitrodad released this map, and I was like, well, let's go ahead and try some of this smaller equipment out here. Brian, how will you plant and do tillage with none of that equipment? That's the question I'm going to have to force myself to figure out between now and spring. So with the way that Nitrodad set up the map originally, he's got just a tractor, a trailer, and a combine on it. And so we're going to emulate that and start pretty hard up for funds and see how far we can get here. So we'll do a little bit of farming. We've got our 2 fields, and you know, we're kind of hard up for cash. We don't have a lot of equipment here on the farm, and we're gonna have to figure out how to fill in those missing pieces. We'll probably try and do some contracts. We'll probably end up leasing some equipment, which will be interesting to make sure we can do enough work to justify the cost of the lease, stuff like that. And I guess I haven't gone in person on this one yet. Looking good, looking good. I do really like these older open cab style tractors. Oh, we made that turn a little narrow. That's all right. There you go, Legacy Ag. We're going to have to definitely upgrade some of our sheds and stuff at some point. I saw you just released a few things, and I'm looking forward to being able to check that out at some point. We're going to go ahead and just park this thing under these bins. I am going to need an auger at some point, some kind at some point here is, I think, the last kind of thing that we're missing. I had looked around. I think we're going to use the Westfield because it's the oldest of the augers I've got right now. There's a couple others that are coming out soon. I meant to message, is it BC Bueller that has them? I can't recall, but I thought that that would be a good one to, good auger for this series. Now, I'm wondering if I can actually get the auger to attach to the back of this truck. So it'd be a lot quicker to drive the truck up to the store and pick that up. So we'll see if we can do that. If not, I'm going to have regrets. But, yeah, I think that's the last of the things that we need to buy. So my intent now is to zero out our money and then go from there. Now, what I'm tempted to do, and I'm curious what people in chat think about this, I'm tempted to not only zero out my money, but to give myself a fair amount of debt and to zero out a good chunk of that money. And so I think that it'd be fun to have some pressure because otherwise I'm just always making income. I can go do as many contracts as I want, but how much like pressure should I have, you know, from the bank from a loan perspective? I definitely want to be having to make some loan payments on all of this stuff. So curious what you guys think. Maybe you don't want the small 6-row. Maybe I should give you an 8-row. That would be a cool mod to have for sure. I do like 12-row is my typical like minimum equipment size. Like I love 12-row size equipment, so we're gonna try and push ourselves to start a little bit smaller than that and see how painful that is tonight. Dead is fun, 500k. We'll be turning this into a multiplayer server and having old man Jeb come on and help me. At some point, I agree, we are going to need a second tractor to handle the auger so that I don't have to switch everything out. Perfect. I'm so glad that worked. All right. I wish I'd thought of that ahead of time. Now I'm gonna need to drive another piece of equipment back up to the farm. Maybe we will try out that Alice Chalmers. That would be a good fit for the farm. Give us some different colors here on the farm. Zero cash and some debt. Yeah, there you go. Can act like the IRS and remind him to pay taxes and make this series interesting. There you go. I'm also tempted to install the land leasing mod on here. I'm just not sure if that's going to make things too easy or too hard. So we'll have to play around with that at some point here. Tech, you're lost with the patch. Where exactly do you put the placeable single player, placeables multiplayer files? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Farm Sim Freak, you're excited for the Kubota DLC, mainly the passenger mod that comes with it. I saw that. I thought it was really cool that they were going to add that, what was it called in FS19, the Universal Passenger mod or something like that. I think it's a really cool thing. I was just a little disappointed that they didn't make that a like base game feature that they added with a patch alongside the DLC. That's more what I would have expected, I guess. But it is what it is, and maybe they'll have a change of heart down the road. But I know that on our multiplayer servers, we've already got a few people that are pretty excited to see that DLC come out. So we're gonna try and put this auger out here so it points out in the middle of the yard, which of course means I've left the tractor and the gravity wagon in the worst possible spot already. And as soon as we get this hooked up, I think we're going to we'll buy that last tractor, and then we can actually get started on our field work. Because one of the nice things that Nitrodad did was set up the starting fields that we have with them being in a harvest-ready state, which it's only August, so it's way too early for planting corn, or for harvesting corn right now. But he was nice enough to give us something to do right out of the gate on this farm. So for this first harvest, we get an early corn harvest. And I'm just trying to sort out positioning here. I'm way off as expected. The tree here is going to make this fun. That's why we're going to fill this bin first, so that when I have to move it later, it's not as big of a hassle. I'm always more frustrated setting things up when I feel like I have a lot of other things waiting to be done. There's something like that ought to work. We'll just drop that right there. $1 million loan, Brian. I don't think that that's gonna work. We'll go ahead and blow the budget on an X9 combine. I think that I'd have a hard time getting an X9 around on this farm. So let's go ahead and check out the state of our financials. So we have no loan at present, and I think Nitrodad put out a patch to replace some files. Got you. I haven't seen that update yet. I'll have to take a look at it after the stream. Hopefully it's not too big of a deal. If he's having people replace files, it likely means that you won't need a new save. So that's my hope, at least. And I don't know, 50K seems so small. I don't want to go all the way up to 500K, but maybe we'll start at 100K loan and zero out our cash. I think that feels a little bit better. Now, the question is, you want me to go 200K Pleasant View? The question is, should I be allowed to use the bank after this? So, like, let's say I go up to, even 250K. I don't remember loan interest actually being that high. So if I have 250K, can I still take out more of that loan later if we need to, or should I not do anything? So I think I can do set money to 0. Boom. There we go. So should I be allowed to use a loan, or I have to repay the whole thing before I can borrow again? That makes sense. No more loans until this is paid off. All right, I like it. So you've heard it here, folks. We've got a 250K loan. No more loans until we pay it off. We'll do it. Let's see here. So, but I needed another tractor. Hang on. We'll get one more. We'll do 250, but we'll get one more small tractor here. I've got a two-wheel drive Alice Chambers that I wanted to try out here. Yeah, this is the one that I wanted to give a shot. And so, what did I just do? There we go. Hang on. I'm going to give me 50K back. We'll get the tractor, and then we'll zero ourselves back out again. Just curious what the horsepowers are. Wow, that's some heavy horse. How much is that? That'd be 40. Do we get the duals? It's a pretty beefy tractor. We might do that. We'll have a good workhorse tractor here to go alongside our smaller tractor. 40K, 41K. That makes sense. There. That's how we're justifying that extra 50K in the hole here. So Set money, $0. Boom. We're good to go. You're the repo man, so I better make those payments. All right. So we've got our second tractor so that we can actually run both a grain cart as well as the gravity wagon, which is important, or not the grain, the auger. And then now we've got another little tractor here that hopefully at some point we'll be able to run some tillage. These duals were a bad idea though when it comes to running the gravity wagon, which is probably what I'll do with this, because it doesn't make sense to put the huge tractor on the auger, I don't think, but we'll see here. All right, so Kedrick Farms is all set up here. He's got some more basic gear on today. We changed our clothes. I just wasn't feeling the John Deere hoodie when I wasn't going to be running all John Deere equipment. So yeah, the money, the way that I'm editing all the game settings and everything is using the, I believe it's called Easy Dev tools. It's on the in-game mod hub, just recently released, and it lets you modify all kinds of things from money to fill capacities on things. You can turn on flight mode and do a lot of the things that are available if you want to come in here and type things into the console, but it just gives you a nice GUI to be able to use that. It's super handy, especially as a content creator. You know, I can set things up and do a lot of things to get a series ready without having to edit the XML files and all that good stuff. So really loving that mod. Ah, goodness. All right. Well, I'm getting excited here. We're gonna be getting into the farming here in a few minutes. We've got 2 fields, and I think they're both cornfields. If we look at the map here, we've got these 2 little fields, and what I'm looking forward to is I haven't actually farmed any of the fields yet, and so we'll know tonight if this is all a giant mistake, right? And so we'll find out very quickly if it's going to take me hours and hours to do these fields with the little John Deere combine. I'm going to be grumbling a lot at my bad choices, but we'll see how it goes. All right. This is technically, whoops, we're all over the place here. Didn't hit anything though. No crash, doesn't count. So what I was gonna say is this map, while the fields, a lot of the fields are pretty small, like the ones on our farm, the map is, I thought it was a standard size map at first, but this is actually a 4X map. So some of this stuff is actually quite large. And you know what? I really want to use that older tractor out there in the field at least once. So I think before we bother hooking something up to the auger, we're going to take one turn with the International, and then I'll probably switch them out. We might actually try and do some chickens at some point too. And before I forget, if you haven't watched my map tour video, the other reason that I had to start with this starting farm here for this series is we've got a little brewery, moonshine shack here in the back, and we're going to be definitely leveraging this and making ourselves a little bit of corn whiskey, I think, with some of our corn, seeing if we can make a profit off of that. I'm assuming we can, and we'll see how it goes. Our honor, so I am going to do contracts, I think, just not cheesily. So I did not install the Better Contracts mod, so we have very few contract options available to us. So we may pick up contracts as we're able, but what I will say, I'm not going to do contracts with base game equipment. So if I'm going to do a contract, I'm only using equipment that I bought or leased. I only want to use North American style equipment. None of this base game European stuff. So we will be kind of picky about that. And what I'm thinking is if there's like 2 or 3 of the same kind of contract and we don't own that piece of equipment yet, hopefully we can make enough money to lease it and go knock out 3 contracts with it and justify the leased cost at least, or maybe the purchase cost. Because like you can see on the farm here, I mean, I have no tillage equipment. I have no planting equipment. And we're at $0 right now. So we're going to be selling some things at suboptimal prices potentially as we get into different stages of the game so that we can afford to lease a planter, buy seed, buy fertilizer. I am playing with precision farming. And so the one thing that we didn't do, and we're out of money now, so it's too late. It's my own fault. I was going to buy my precision farming maps. And now we're going to have to probably lease a soil sampler and do it the old-fashioned way. I think that's what we're going to do because, unfortunately, precision farming is kind of dumb. And so if I purchase soil information, it's based on the plot size for this whole thing, not the 2 little tiny fields, I'm pretty sure. And so it's going to charge me 10 grand for soil samples. I don't have 10 grand, folks. We're gonna have to make some money before that. Now it looks like we've got ourselves a nice, ooh, we do have an 8-row corn header. Well, maybe we will need an 8-row planter there, Pleasant View Farms. It would match up with our combine quite nicely. All right, oops, we're going right past it. Let's actually start with the cornfield that's back a ways. We're gonna grab the one in the back 40. I don't even know how big these fields are. I should have installed the additional field info mod. That would have been a good mod to put on here. Man, this thing is so wide. Am I gonna fit through here? See, this is what I like. I'm running small equipment, and I'm barely fitting through between the trees. This is going to be fun. How long before I breaks out the chainsaw? No, I hate logging. Like, I just despise it, especially doing it with, like, the chainsaw by hand. And so, we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. We're gonna farm for it. And if we've got to go work for the farmer down the road to make ends meet, well, that's what we're going to do. I don't know. I'm hoping that when Nitrodad picked the starting equipment here, that he made the gate wide enough to get the combine header through. We're going to hope, because otherwise this is going to get messy. Don't want to put the snouts into the dirt here. Oh, this is tight. Look at that. He did measure it. Good deal. All right. I believe you need cracked corn, rolled barley, and water for the whiskey shack. That's very possible. I got to figure out how to do the cracked corn. That's why we put the bins in. My initial thought was, well, we'll just put all of the corn just right into the whiskey thing, and we're just making whiskey. But we need to figure out how to do cracked corn first. All right, my combine's not starting up, folks, because we've got manual attach here, and I have to remember how to get this attached up here. It's always a little bit tricky here. Maybe I can lower this, it'll be a little easier. I'm almost positive that's why it wasn't starting up. that's not working. All right, well, maybe we'll be disabling manual attach after all for the moment until I can figure that out. Yep, that was it. All right, the other side for you. Oh, interesting. I'll check that next time. All right, let's see if we can do this. I'm not going to last in cab very long, folks. We're not quite going for that realistic, but I do like these little combines. Yeah, we're definitely going external here, folks. I just never got used to the way the field of view works inside most of the vehicles. Now, the hopper size on this is not overly big. I'm kind of disappointed I'm not going to get precision farming data on this harvest, but that's all right. We're gonna we couldn't get out here to take soil samples anyway, so I think once we get the crops off, we're going to have to lease a soil sampler and do soil samples on both of our fields. I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, Jeremy, I last in the cab for about 2 meters, so that's about right. We are going a stunning 4 miles an hour here as well, so, you know, we're going to break some speed records doing this. At least it's the 8-row version, though. I am happy about that. It looks like I'm slipping on the right-hand side here a little bit on the side of this hill. I think we're just kind of on an awkward part of the terrain. So hopefully once we get around the curve here, things will straighten back out. I almost thought I should have swapped this out for the side hill version that I'm using on Westby, given that we do have some decent-sized hills here, and that seemed to work really well for me on all the hills. But we'll run with this. It'll be fine. And oh yes, thank you for pointing that out, Pop Graybeard. Thundar Modding, in case you missed my mod showcase video, released the beta version of Unit Convert Lite, or Unit Convert now in FS22, and one of my favorite mods. And so we've got bushels down here in the lower right-hand corner, which is a unit of measure I can wrap my head around. So Thundar Modding knocking it out of the park as usual. And so if you're looking for that mod, head on over to Thundar's itch.io page. If you look at my channel a couple videos back, I posted a review on the Unit Convert, kind of walk through where to find it and how it works. There's a few different keyboard commands, and right now it's only on a couple of screens. It's not completely everywhere in the game, but it is there and available for download now. And so yeah, you get bushels, you can get pounds. I think he said he's going to be adding hundredweight for some of the fill types, and yep, gallons for the liquids, or pounds for some of the liquids if that's your thing, depending on what you're trying to do. That makes a lot of sense. So lots of coolness there. VR's in Minnesota, how you doing? I'm behind on chat tonight, so I do apologize. It's not a delay in the stream, it's a delay in the streamer. We're running on low energy this week. I took over coaching for my 5-year-old's soccer team this weekend, and so I've been working through that. I'm going to be coaching practices and games for the next couple of weeks, and so that's been keeping me busy in addition to the normal running around that we do. So I think we're gonna just keep opening this field up. I want to square off this end of the headland, and I think we're gonna be going kind of the left and right way in here. I don't know, maybe we'll keep going straight up and down here. Kind of hard to decide. We're only 60% full right now, so I want to at least come up here and make a headland pass on the other end to make sure I've got plenty of room to turn around. Because this older combine, I don't know why, I feel like I need some extra room to turn around with it, although we do have this nice 8-row head on here, so we're taking a good chunk out of the headlands. We're gonna hope 2's enough though. We also could not spring for the GPS, plus we didn't really have GPS in this older school equipment, so we're going to be free-handing it in these fields. And maybe as the series progresses and we get our first modern tractor, we'll be able to afford something that's got auto steer. We're really running into some problems as we get up to the hill here. I'm half tempted. We really might have wanted to swap out to that other combine here. Is it just struggling because we're so full on the hill? I don't know why we're going 1 mile an hour all of a sudden. It's very, very strange. It's not that steep of a hill. Godly Devil, right now I am coaching soccer for a bunch of 5 and 6 year olds, which has honestly been a lot of fun. We had a really good game on Saturday. I wasn't expecting to start until tomorrow night for practice, but the coach wasn't able to come on Saturday, so I just jumped in and started coaching on no notice on Saturday's game, and so that was a lot of fun. We don't really keep score. I mean, everybody keeps score, but the league doesn't keep score at this age group. And so it's more just about learning the mechanics. And my older had gone through several seasons of soccer. I think he played for a couple of years when he was younger. And so it was not like this is the first time I'd been out there part of playing, or watching as a parent as part of that league. And so it's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But this is our 3rd season with my youngest. He's 5. We started him off 2 years ago. Or no, he's done 3 seasons. So this will be his 4th season, I think. So this will be a second full year that we're doing soccer with him. Chris, I'm excited to see the Kubota DLC. I think that's one of the big brands, familiar brands that we see a lot, in the Midwest, in the U.S. at least, and especially for smaller equipment. I was kind of surprised not to see some of their hay equipment in the list. It is nice that we're getting 2 skid steers and a bunch of tractors. The side-by-sides are nice, obviously, so that'll be cool. All right, we're getting close to full, not completely full, but I also don't want to risk getting stuck with this thing. So I'm going to put our pipe out here. I'm going to get turned around and just put myself back into the rows. Whoa, well, not quite back into the rows, I guess. But we'll go running back up to the farm here and grab that gravity wagon and bring that out here and see how this is going to go. Now, we've got about 230 bushels of corn in that combine, and I think our gravity wagon's only going to hold 300, so that'll be fun. You've done baseball and football. Yeah, we our neighbors are really into the baseball scene. We didn't do baseball because a lot of the baseball teams, it's their travel teams, and we just don't have the time for that. And so the soccer field that he plays on for all of his practice and games is less than 10 minutes from the house. So you can't beat that. And Alec, that combine we're using is the 7700 series John Deere. That is something that Tired Iron Modding released. However, Nitrodad actually included it as part of the map, or with the map download, so that it could be starting equipment on this map, which I thought was really cool. Yeah, Sam, my nephew plays on a travel team, I think, and so they're going all over the place in southern Minnesota and whatnot. And he's really good, but my sister, she's got way more energy than I do. All right, I'm excited. We've got our farm all. We're bouncing down the old dirt road here. We're ready to get our first load of corn off of this field. And these field sizes aren't too bad. I think an 8-row planter is going to go perfectly with our 8-row corn head here, so I guess we'll go back out here, see what we're doing. I think this is all going to be perfect starting equipment for our little farm here. And then at some point, you know, when we start upgrading, we can pick up some more fields and some bigger equipment at some point. I think I could get a 12-row when it's folded up in here. We'll see. Now, this thing's unloading rather slowly. I think what we're going to do is actually get him going. We'll hire... Oh, I can't hire a worker. Oh, we didn't think this through. All right, we can't afford to hire a worker because I also don't want to allow myself to purposefully drag my money negative. So we're going to do it the slow way, folks. Yeah, I love these little Kilbros gravity wagons. Perfect fit for this equipment style. Tristan, yeah, while we're filling up here, I can bring up the map. This is an awesome map. I did a map review on it just a couple days ago. So if you want to see kind of a whole tour, and I talk about the different unique features here, you can check out the map review. But we do have 5 main farms on the map. The starting farm that we're on, farm 2. There's a farm 3, a big farm 4, and a farm 5. All the farms have, I think, cows, pigs, chickens, and several of them also have sheep. And then up here, you've got a pre-built vineyard space. So if you want to do grapes and stuff, it's built right into the hillside up here. It looks gorgeous up there. Hey, it's Perma's Modding. How you doing, man? Oh, look at that gravity wagon filling up nicely. Uh-oh. Why have I got $4? Where did my $4 go? I haven't hired a worker. Maybe I did hire a... Oh, I hired a worker for like 3 seconds. And he cost me $4 to drive out here. My goodness, this is why we're not using workers. Yeah, Pop-Up Graybeard, I was really tempted to do that. I think maybe what we'll do at some point is maybe we'll do a role play, hire ourselves to go do a job up on the vineyard or something like that. And I'll just buy that equipment, you know, behind the scenes and put it up there. And then, you know, we can go up there and do that equipment, that job for the farmer that owns it, just to play around with the vineyard equipment at some point. Because it looks cool. I think I missed the chat earlier. I think somebody asked if this was going to be a live stream only series. I don't think so. I'm not sure yet. I mean, I have a lot of fun doing it. Maybe we will just do it on live streams. I was tempted to do some videos intermixed here and see how that goes. My intent was actually to record this tonight and do kind of a super cut of the live stream and kind of cut out key points and do highlight videos of it, but I didn't actually get that set up before the live stream like I wanted to. I had a couple of technical difficulties. It lagged things out just a little bit, and so I need to switch which drive I'm recording to when I'm streaming, I think, and go from there. But maybe soon I'll start doing super cuts of the live stream so that you know, you don't have to watch the full 2 hours to get the gist of what's going on in the series, and then I could intermix them a little bit better. Mr. John, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, sir. Do I follow the NHL? Not a lot, no. I've been to a handful of hockey games here in Detroit, but that's about it. Man, I really wish we had the money to hire a worker, because he could be going while I run the tractor here. We gotta think about this for a minute. What, I bet the corn prices are terrible right now. Corn prices. Actually, they might not be too bad. $17 a bushel. Definitely not too bad. That would be the height. Yeah, maybe we'll bring our first load of grain right up here and sell it to get a little bit of money to get stuff going. because we're going to be able to go so much more efficiently if we can crank through some of this stuff and get it going. This, no, Mr. Junt, this would be Middleburgh by Nitrodad. So we are in the, actually kind of up in the mountains in the Catskill Mountains in New York right now. I am missing the side hill version of this combine, though. I feel like it handled the hills a little bit better. We did not see any of the storm damage that that you saw a lot of people in South Dakota and Minnesota hit with. We had a couple of bad storms, but you know, nothing like that. All right, we're gonna get back down here to the other end, I think, and we should have more than enough to top off that gravity wagon, and we're gonna drive that right on up to town and sell it, I think. Hey, it's Wes Henry. How you doing, sir? So I'm tempted to actually run both Middleburgh and Farmsville right now. So this is probably going to be intermixed, where we'll do some live streams and we'll do some videos on it. Maybe I'll do like every other. We'll do one video in between the live streams, and then during the live streams, people can hop on and provide feedback. And then Farmsville, that was just a fun little map that we did on the last live stream. And what I really liked about that map was that I felt like I could use more modern equipment, but keep it small to medium. And we might play on that map. I might run a series on that with the start that we had last week and just have some fun with it. We'll see how it goes. Because I've been missing a just run whatever equipment I want, have some fun series. So I think that's what we're going to try and do with Farmsville. Because that was a really well polished map. I felt like it was just a good map. It looked nice. Had a lot of fun with that other night when we were taking a look at it. Gonna go to sleep. Have a good night. Thanks for hopping on here, Francis. Hopefully you enjoyed the time you were able to spend with us. Godly, who authored Farmville? That was DR Modding, which he did one of my favorite maps in FS19, actually. One of the early maps for FS19 called Rolling Hills. I really like that map. A buddy and I played on it a ton back when it first came out. And yeah, Farmsville is pretty flat. That was my only concern, but depending on where you pick some of your fields, at least you've got, you know, trees and roads, and the terrain breaks you up a little bit. That's my big concern. That's what I love about this map, is there's just so much to look at. Never gets boring. So we're gonna run this up to our best price for corn, which is GH Grain. I'm going to tag it because I have no idea where we're going. And look at this thing pull up the hill. We're down to 10 miles an hour. Love it. Let's see if I can find that. That's way up there. Great. It's right on the main road. That should be an easy haul for us. Josh Master, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, Alec, I saw that he lost the shed when most of his equipment got damaged. Alec just finished planting all your corn and beans for this year yesterday. Very nice. I know I was talking to a few people. A lot of people are wrapping up corn now, which is good. Some people moving on to beans. It's funny, depending on where you're at, a lot of people plant the beans first and then move into corn, but a lot of people are getting the corn in still right now first. Justin Resinger, good to see you, man. Glad you could make the stream. We're bouncing along here in our old school equipment on this nice dirt road. I love that it makes you bounce. That little bit of bounce going down the road. I love it. We're officially broke. I owe some guy $4 for driving out and realizing I couldn't afford to pay him to work. We gotta get us some money. I probably should have just hired the worker knowing that we were about to go make some money, but it is what it is. Trace, the corn is already like 7 inches tall for you in Texas. Wow, impressive. I know a few people, like, Millennial Farmer was saying, they haven't even put any corn in the ground yet. Yep, it's typical Kedrick Farm finances here. We, I don't know, we must have missed finance class day. We're going to be leasing equipment on this map. We can't afford to buy anything. I love that we've got all of these real businesses and stuff on the map, and that you can walk inside of them. So if you want to get some Dunkin' Donuts, you just head on in. Do I have hazards on this equipment? It's funny, I don't think I do. There's no lights whatsoever on the back of this thing, so it's just the slow-moving vehicle sign. I've driven a 4020 before. We didn't use it for a lot. It was we used it on the auger a few times, but we didn't really have a need for it most of the time. Yeah, so old school, there's no warning lights. Exactly, Derry. Logan, yeah, FS22, I've loved FS22. I think it's just a step up from FS19 in performance. What's a major step up in performance. And now that we've got unit convert and a few of the other accessory mods in 22, I can't really think of any major mods that I'm missing anymore. And so I feel like we've got everything that we need in 22 that we had in 19. And honestly, the mods have been coming out super fast for FS22. I mean, I've got everything that I would want to have run a few different types of series. So not really missing too many things. I'd really like a nice, large, modern dry fert spreader of some kind. The ones that we've got right now are not so great. And of course, when I say that, everything I talk about is usually North American style equipment. Yeah, Follow Me is out now, which is nice. I never really used it that much, but I know a lot of people that do. Just a few months after the FS release is when it really gets fun. Yeah, all the modders have really caught up with things and put stuff out there, so I've been really excited to see how engaged the modding community has been on getting stuff out, and both conversions and brand new mods. So this is quite the haul here when you're only going 17 miles an hour. I don't know where Carl Farms is at. I don't know if he's releasing the normal quad track pack or not. I know he released the road tracks for PC players. I think this is my turn. We're going to turn on in here and see before that traffic catches us. I see the green thing back this way, so we're going to head over here and wrap around the building. Yeah, Josh, I saw it's a Kubota DLC's coming out. Pretty cool. Looking forward to checking out some of that equipment. Also excited to see the Universal Passenger mod for multiplayer, so we'll definitely have to try that out on our multiplayer servers. All right, so we're selling this corn. Let me come in here and we'll turn off the tag feature. Don't need that anymore. And if I'm not mistaken, let's look at the price fluctuations. So the high point is 1781, And so we might hang on to the rest of our corn until January. This is just to give us enough working capital to do the things that we need to do here. Pop-Up Graybeard, it's funny, Perma's Modding actually did a mod like that in FS19, where you loaded most of it up with water, and then you just put pallets of the concentrated chemical in, and it made the appropriate volume of fertilizer or herbicide. So I just took a $182 environmental score penalty for selling my grain. How does that work? I don't understand why I have a penalty for selling my grain. Woo, that was close. Didn't even see that guy coming. I have to do some research on some of these new things in the precision farming, because I'm really unhappy with taking a penalty at the point that I sell my grain. I'm okay with having a yield penalty. I'm not okay with having a penalty charged at the time of selling. What is that coming from? Drying costs? There's no moisture level right now in Farm Sim. Is manual shifting good? I do like the manual shifting, although I have to admit I'm not using it to its fullest potential. To be honest, we've been just kind of putting things in max gear and going to town on transporting things, but it does come in handy sometimes, and I've definitely enjoyed playing around with it. Right, Godly Devil, but the precision farming, the environmental score, I would anticipate that affecting my yield. So I get less crops out of the field. Why are they docking me money at the elevator in addition? Like, I understand the low score means I, don't get as good of a crop off the field. But what does that have to do with selling it at the elevator? Yeah, Alec. Yeah, I'm familiar with the dock fees for having your corn be too wet. But this is a whole new mechanic they've introduced, and I don't fully agree with how they've implemented it. And how would they know? Like, maybe that's corn that I've stored in my bin for the last whatever months, and it came off of a really good field. We'll have to play around with that here and try and understand that a little bit better. Yeah, this thing is not going to reach its potential at 21 miles an hour here, which is honestly probably realistic. I mean, from what I remember, going 15 to 18 mile an hour down the road in something like this is about right. I do wish that I could have got this working on my pickup truck. We would have hauled some things up to the elevator, I think, with the pickup. We definitely did that a few times back in the day. We had a smaller gravity wagon like this that I hooked up to, I think it was an F-350. But we do have enough money now. I can kick off a worker if the opportunity arises and it makes sense. So we'll definitely consider doing that. And I should have enough money to lease that soil sampler here. So I'm not super excited about doing soil samples by hand, but our fields are small enough that it should work out pretty well. We may end up modding that a little bit like I did in 19 to have a slightly larger sample size. We'll see. We'll see how big it is. There's a difference between survival mode and mind-numbingly painful mode. I don't mind paying the price for doing it. I just don't want to be doing it for 6 hours. I wonder if that Alice Chalmers is a little bit faster than this one. We might switch this out now and give that one its fair turn at running the gravity wagon here. Logan, is there real mud in FS22? I haven't seen that one come through yet. I remember that being a mod 19. I never really played with it because I felt like it had a lot of conflicts with other mods at one point when stuff was first coming out, and I just bypassed it completely. Hey, it's Faber Farming. How you doing, sir? Hopefully well. We're bouncing along out here. This is quite the bumpy road. Oh man, these trees are something else sometimes. It's the only thing that might keep me in cab a little bit more is getting tired of having my camera stuck in a tree. Alright, so I'm going to drop this gravity wagon right here. And we're going to put this thing up here on the auger. We're going to try and hold on, whoops, to the rest of our grain until winter here when we can sell it for a little bit more. I'm going to try and get squared off against this auger a little bit better. And somebody mentioned in my comments that I was doing the wrong thing here with the little dot that's there, and that it needs to go to my drawbar instead of my PTO, which makes a whole lot more sense based on how FarmSim works. And so there we go, that worked so much better. Alright, we're gonna leave that there. We're gonna take this guy up and run him into the field here. Actually, let's see, can I pop these duals off without any cost since we already bought them? We'll back up into the shed here, we'll see if we can drop the duals. Singles, $0, look at that. A little bit of elbow grease, we're good to go. No, Permas, I didn't get a chance. I saw your message right as I was setting up for the stream. So, did not get a chance to message him. Oh, the gravity wagon's the other way. Let's get this going. I think I've got manual attach disabled again right now, yep. There's a real dirt in FS22 mod hub, but not the real mud, yeah. Yeah, the duals would have definitely been too much here with this thing. We would have never got up alongside that combine. Red, orange, and the green. Yeah, I thought for once, instead of trying to go 100% one brand, we'd mix it up. That way I don't feel guilty when I want to try whatever new mod comes along. And so we've got a very mismatched farm setup here, which is honestly quite reminiscent of a lot of the small farms I worked on when I was younger, so. Pop-Up Graybeard, you grew up on an Alice Chalmers farm? Nice. Yeah, Pleasant View Farms did a great job on this thing. Bringing it over to 22 here. Nice, straightforward interior. Clean, at least. And, yeah, I don't know. It just looks good. I like it. And I don't know why we're in low gear here. Let's bump this thing up. Yeah, see, this thing will go 21 miles an hour. This is a good switch. This is our new gravity wagon tractor. We'll make some progress getting things back up to the farm and stuff now. Let's get this guy going. Did see a case tractor pulling a John Deere planter about a week ago. Yeah, that was really common in our area. You'd see a lot of mix-matched tillage equipment or planters and stuff with different tractors for sure. You had a WD-45 as a kid. Nice. Logan, Millennial Farmer map should come to FS22. I think I read on Mappers Paradise's Facebook page that while they're not saying it won't come, it's definitely not coming anytime soon. I think that they... what's the right words? I forget the exact words that they used, but I'll paraphrase in my own words and from talking to them. I feel like, or they felt like they didn't get a fair shake from the community for how the release went down and some of the struggles they had getting that map done. They put a lot of work into it and took a lot of negative feedback from the community, and so I don't think that they're prioritizing that map over other projects right now. I'll say it that way. So we might see it. I just don't think we're going to see it anytime soon. I had a lot of fun on that map. We definitely logged quite a few hours on that map on this channel. That was, I think, the map that really, when things started to take off here on the Kedrick Farms channel, was playing through that map. Although a lot of that was because I had gotten one of the few copies before it got taken down and ended up working with Mappers Paradise to fix a lot of the issues on the map. So that was a lot of fun for me to get to work with the map maker and get as many issues resolved as possible. Did a lot of testing over, we did like 4 playthroughs on that map between the different versions. It's kind of like my experience on Westby. I'm one of the reasons I'm actually tempted to pull the plug on the Westby series right now is I'm like 4 versions back on that map because I started that series before it released, and there's been quite a few updates to it since then, and I'd really like to play with precision farming now that it's out on pretty much all of my saves. So it's much more my style. It adds a lot of game mechanics that I prefer, so we'll see how that goes. This series may end up taking the place of that one. I'm not sure yet. We're making great progress here, though, on this cornfield. I'm sure we're going to finish this up tonight. Hopefully get into the next one. I'd really love to grab soil samples as well. We'll see if we have enough time. We're at 33% of our hopper full here on this combine already, which is actually really good. Man, I wish I knew how much this worker was going to cost me. Well, let's do it for a round. We're going to hire the worker and watch our money go out the window. Well, it's like $1 a second. And see if we can afford to unload on the go here. Keep things moving. I think if we can keep things moving, we'll be in a better spot. Now, look at that. I've got vehicle speed sync was one of the last mods that I was waiting for here on FS22, and that came out here recently, so I can push Shift 3 and have it match the combine speed. Look at that. It's awesome. Hey, Favor Farming, it's going well. Doing good. How about yourself, sir? Oh, we missed a few there. That's probably my fault for doing a bad job harvesting. I want to hop up into this combine, if we can. And I'm going to back up here, and we're going to pick up these few corn stalks that we missed. Just like so. Good deal. Life as a Farmer, when is this map being released? Last Saturday? Or Sunday? I can't remember. Last Saturday, I think it released. So it's already released. Link is in the description of the video. All right, I'm really thinking we're gonna run that worker. We don't have a lot of money, but I think efficiency is gonna help us out. It's gonna leave us time to get more things done with our limited play times here. So we're gonna let him go. It'll make it a little bit harder on us using some money for the workers. That's all right. What's survival if it's not a little bit difficult? We've got 75% of this gravity wagon already full, so I think we'll head back up to the farm and see if this auger is working. We may sell one more load. I'm trying to think. The price isn't great. I mean, I'd really like that extra $2-3 a bushel, and I don't see us having a lot of costs between now and January, but you never know. Like, we might need to lease something to do some contracts or something. So we might need, like, you know, I'd feel better if I had about 10K in the bank. Plus, we're going to be paying out on loans too, I guess. So maybe we really should just sell another load. Well, I've only got a partial load here, so I want to see if we can get this bin working. We want to make sure the farm's working, and then we'll try it out. Well, we'll take another full load. Pardon me. We'll take another full load up to the elevator after this partial goes into the bin. Now, our yard is actually laid out really nicely. We've got this little loop-de-loop here. We just got to remember it's here, so I can swing around the yard here and come up right next to our auger, hopefully, and dump into there. Now, the other thing I've been kind of trying to pay attention to is we don't want to be leaving our equipment turned on. Oops, we're not quite close enough. Let's see if I can line this up just a smidge better. I don't want to leave our equipment running because fuel prices are quite ridiculous. I just had the dump trigger. There we go. Now let's turn this guy on. Pipe out. And open gate. There we go. I think that's everything. Oh no, I'm on the wrong tractor. My bad. Alright, try this again. There we go. See, when you turn everything on, it works great. Corn's going right into the bin and everything. Look at that. I do like that it dumps back down in the middle, too. Some pretty big kernels of corn there, though. Everything is working swimmingly. I'm digging it. So we've got 2 of these little cornfields that we're going to have to knock out here. Hopefully the second one's going to go quite a bit faster here, now that we've got everything set up and running. I feel like we'll have plenty of corn in the bin here to hang on to for selling when the price is a little bit higher. And I'm not too worried about taking another full load up here right now while we've got, I'll say, kind of a mediocre price. We've got the storage, though, so we want to maximize our profits for sure. And at 300 bushels a wagon, we're not going to be filling up those silos anytime soon. And Godly Devil, I think I am going to set up a multiplayer version of this map for the community members. I'm not likely going to use this save. I'm tempted. I've been thinking about that all afternoon, but I did have to edit the map for what I wanted to do on the farm here. I had to remove the silo system that was on this farm manually. Sorry, Nitrodad. And now I'm like, well, do I really want to have everybody play on my edited version of the map? Because it makes doing updates and other things kind of harder. And so it'll probably just be a vanilla version of the map that we put up for the multiplayer server. Come on. This guy's like slowing down lower than 4 miles an hour while he waits for me to catch up, I think. Or he's just struggling to get up this hill. That's probably likely. I'm definitely tempted to see if that side hill combine handles going up and down these hills a little bit better. We might switch this out yet. We're just going to unload. Well, actually, we can let him do his thing. We'll unload on the go on the way back up. Absolutely. Yeah, for those that don't know, we do run several multiplayer servers for the channel members. And so if you join the channel using the join button below the video here, you get access to the members only section on Discord, as well as you get access to our multiplayer servers. Right now we're running the Huron County 16X map. We're also running a Westby 4X server, and then I'm looking to stand up a third server here this week, which is actually going to be on this map, because there's this will be a nice map for 5. There's 5 default farms on this map. It'll be perfect for multiplayer, I think. And so we'll be getting one of those going here, hopefully before the weekend. And then we've been talking about setting up a 4th server for crossplay if we can get a few more people that are interested in playing on a crossplay server. Not everybody is playing on PC like I am, and so it'd be kind of fun to get to play a little bit more with those that are on console as well. So I've got one person definitely interested and one maybe. So if we can get 3-4 people interested, that'll justify standing up a multiplayer server, and we'll get that up and running. SK's got the planner all switched over, ready to start doing beans, it sounds like. Good deal, dude. Alright, let's see if we can do this a little better this time. Looking good. We've got our vehicle speed sync running here now, so life's a little bit easier. He doesn't quite keep up perfectly. I guess I could oops, get lined up a little bit better before we turn it on. There we go. Hey, it's Toby Neal. Nice to see you, sir. Yeah, we're really mixing it up on this series. We've got a little bit of everything. Got an Alice Chalmers, I've got an old International, we've got an old John Deere here, so we've got a lot of major brands represented. I could really use some old white tractors too, or something like that, just to keep mixing it up, but no complaints. This is looking good. All right, I'm at 80%. I need a little bit more here in order to justify a run up to the elevator. So we're going to let this guy get back down here. He could probably fit the rest of that in, actually. Maybe we'll test this bin out. Oh, no, I got the auger there. I was going to say maybe I'll just go up there and take a little bit back out of the bin and top it off. But we'll just wait. We'll jump over here. We'll go in cab a little bit. Turn off this ugly HUD. Something satisfying about watching the corn get sucked down in between the snouts there. Love it. I thought the sounds were really good on the these older combines. Tired Iron did a really good job on them. I need to get me my 9500 John Deere combine back. I know Sid Modding did a great job on that for FS19. That's the one that I spent many years driving in the fall. Would love to see that one make a return here. Come on. get started. I just need a little bit more into the gravity wagon here so I can run up to the elevator. It's like when I'm pulling into a new row for the first time, trying to line it all up. Here we go. Pop up, do you know why some modded tractors don't allow you to open cover? So what I have found is that some of the tractors are using the old key binding, or some are using a new key binding. And so it used to always be, I think, N in FS19, and now a lot of tractors use Z for the open cover key. So you just got to check your individual mods to see what they're using. All right, we're at 300 bushels now, so let's go ahead and get this up to the elevator. Get ourselves another, 4 or 5 grand here. And I'm hoping that's going to be enough to keep us going here till spring. I'm really going to be sad if we end up needing more than about $10,000 to lease the equipment that we have to get to do things. So and I'm going to be even sadder because that'll mean that we have to sell our grain at a suboptimal price while we're waiting for the price to go up in the winter. Part of me says we should just be selling all of this right now, but it's hard to turn down that extra $3 a bushel. Come on, save screen, because we're selling for almost 15 right now. And the high price is $17.81, so yeah, we're gonna do it. Old man Jeb loving this. So Pleasant View Farms also has a another pack of the Alice Chalmer tractors that have the front wheel assist models, which I think I put on here. So we might even be able to upgrade into a little bit bigger Alice Chalmers here when we get to that point. I just love bouncing on the dirt roads. It's so much fun. And yeah, this 21 miles an hour is going to shave quite a bit of time off of the elevator trip for sure. What happened to me some more to the lower demand companies? Have you tried that? I'm not sure what you're asking there, sir. The two-wheel drive does look awesome. I agree. I'm a big fan of the older two-wheel drive tractors. Yeah, I'm super excited to see so many conversions, official conversions getting made with permission from the mod authors. It's been nice to get some of these gems from previous versions converted over, and it's a great way for, a up-and-coming modder like Pleasant View Farms to, get some practice in, to learn a little bit about modding without having to start from scratch, per se. So I know he's come a long way from when he started. Sniper Steve, good to see you, man. Playing on Spring Creek. Yep, that I have not gotten a chance to check that map out. I saw, I think FSG did a video on it. Looked cool. Yeah, that's a good question. I know Pleasant View Farms was in here earlier, although this is getting kind of late for him. I think he usually ducks out before now, so I'm not sure what his plans are to put him on ModHub. But they are released on his itch.io page right now for PC players. So make sure to check that out. It's linked in the FS22 Mods channel on my Discord server. And come to think of it, I think I probably should bump him up into the modder category at some point. He's definitely been releasing a lot of edits and stuff lately. We're going to be using, I think, 3 or 4 different mods that Pleasant View has worked on here on this series. It's he and I chat quite a bit offline, and I was giving him a hard time that he needs to make something bigger than a 6-row piece of equipment if he wants me to use it. And so he's putting together an 8-row version of that Kenzie planter. So I might hold out for the 8-row. Hopefully he'll get that done before spring on this series. Hey, we've even got hazard lights here on the Alice Chalmers too. I like it. Is the fuel price good on FS22? My gosh, that car like ran us off the road. Yeah, the fuel price is not pleasant here. Although it's funny as so I guess I didn't do that on the hardest setting. I think I put fuel usage on normal instead of high. I could probably bump that up to high, but we'd have to get a fuel barrel for the yard. Yeah, it's funny. I've been trying to pay a lot more attention to things like putting my hazard lights on when I'm on the freeway and stuff like that. I always do. It's funny as I've got a small utility tractor and I do a lot of the yard work and maintenance work, not just, for my own yard, but sometimes I'll plow like there's a shared sidewalk where all the kids go for the school bus and stuff. And so I'll hop out and do some of that stuff because it's right out in front of our house. And I always have the 4 ways on when I'm doing that kind of stuff, but then farm sim, for whatever reason, I can't bring myself to remember. Whoa. Oh, goodness. I'm looking at chat, and here we are. I'm actually kind of surprised this is only our second major crash of the stream. How much logging is on this map? That's a great question. I haven't actually seen much in the way of logging trees. If we come in here, you can see the map is fairly large. But, oh goodness, excuse me. All of these trees are not logging type trees. They're, more like the stuff that you see here right alongside the cell points, so. Deer King, I think there is actually a gravity wagon out on the mod hub, or if not, I'm thinking that, there's at least one in the works, if not 2, that I've seen that people are making to push out to mod hub at some point. It always cracks me up because it's such a, I guess, a simple mod. Like, from a look and feel perspective, a lot of the times they don't make their way to mod hub because the brands don't exist. Yeah, that environmental score is irking me. Maybe it's just telling me based on my current overall score how much money I missed out on, and not that it's actually penalizing me. I don't know. We're going to be taking a look at some source code at some point here and trying to figure out what that's doing if I can't find it in the documentation. I want to understand the mechanics. Now, I don't see my money still going down. I was chatting and reading chat and not paying attention to if our worker finished. But based on the fact that we've got no money going down, I'm going to assume that we finished that first field, which is really exciting. So we'll switch him over to the other field. We'll open that up. And then maybe I'll run up and grab the soil sampler, and we can take some soil samples and get the precision farming aspect working here. Reading chat and driving around curvy roads rarely works out well. David's looking for a console map because you're planning on getting a steering wheel on your computer soon. Man, I'm not sure what console maps are out there that are looking really good. I know a lot of people have been liking the Frankenmuth farming map. They've said that's pretty good. I did do a map tour on that a while back before it came out on console. Nitrodad in the chat. How you doing, sir? There's an update to the map that lowers field prices. Also, there's a large spruce forest near the sawmill, as well as large patches of spruce throughout the forests. Well, there you go. So there are a few spruce areas on the map for those that want to enjoy logging. And if there's some out in the forests, there are quite a few, like, kind of little mystery roads that kind of go out into different places here that you can find. So I've done a lot of exploring around on the map offline. There's some neat little areas for sure. And I'll have to figure out how to apply that update, Nitrodad. I'll admit, now that you're in the stream, I slightly modified your farm in Giants Editor for my playthrough here. So I do apologize, but I had to remove a building because I wanted to run bins on the starting farm rather than the little grain elevator that you had set up there. And so we bastardized your beautiful map. I apologize. Let's see if we can do this without hitting the mailbox. Woot! So far, my favorite part is this bouncy dirt road, though. We're gonna have to get hydraulics in my seat to simulate riding in an old tractor. Just bounce along all night. No, actually, my back couldn't take it. Speaking of my back, I'm gonna try this. We'll see how well this works, folks. I set everything up so that the streaming setup can stand with me. We've done a few of these live streams from a standing position in the past, but it's been a while. Oh, that's perfect, Nitrodad. We've got a lot of people on my channel members that are asking this to be the next server. There's already a waiting list for people to sign up for farm slots, so I'm excited to get that going. We're going to be launching a multiplayer server on this map here, hopefully by Friday afternoon. I'd love to get it out there before the weekend, so. Aha! Living with the jokes. Well, I'll take the compliment either way there, sir. Alright, so flashes can go off. We're back up on the farm, and we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna hop out. We're gonna actually do the tab to combine. Avoid walking down the road here. And we're gonna take this out and see if we can get the other field opened up, and then we'll come out here and do some soil sampling. Now, hopefully, the other gate is as wide as this one, where we can just squeeze through with our 8-row header. 5 farms that start up now in multiplayer. Each has 2 million to start. Each farm attached to the farm it matches on the PDA. Very nice. Oh no, oh no, we're in the fence. Does that count? We're gonna count that. My poor, it's funny as I worked for a farmer for years, ran the combine, no problems. And then I started working for this new guy one year because it was a lot closer to where I was going to college. And the first night out harvesting, I got the outside snout there caught on a fence and just ripped it straight off. Like an hour into harvest after dark, my first time running the combine for this guy. I felt so bad. I did a lot of tillage after that night. I don't think he wanted me running the combine anymore. All right, I've got to figure out how I'm going to get into this field with this hill over here. I think we're going to squeeze over here a little bit, try not to run into the Alice Chalmers here. I cut over a little too early. Oh, perfect. Look at that. There's plenty of room. Alright, we're gonna just spin right around here. We'll take our lap around the field, give us some room. Maybe actually I'll just take the headlands off down here to start with. We'll go back and forth. This thing fills up faster than I would expect. It's not a huge hopper, so I don't want to get stuck down on the other end of the field here. The patch was a quick fix for greenhouses and single player play. Nice. There's a wait list for farm slots. What's the starting cash? That's a great question. I think we'll, well, Nitrodad just said that it's going to start at $2 million per farm, so sounds about right to me. And I think you get all the farmland for that farm, so we'll run with that. That should be plenty for most farms with how we typically run the multiplayer servers. But yeah, I think we've got 3 people now that have expressed interest in being on the server, so we'll be I'll be setting that up as soon as I have a few minutes here. So hopefully Thursday I'll be working on getting the server up and running, and it'll be ready for players on Friday. Yeah, you haven't combined very many acres of corn if you haven't messed up one of the snouts. I agree. I also love that depending on what state you're in, their snouts or snoots. I think the thing I've liked most about this map so far is just the scenery everywhere. Like, you know, we're harvesting in a field, and you know, I love my Midwest American maps, don't get me wrong, because that's where I grew up farming, but no matter where I look here, it's just every field, every place, it's just a little bit different. There's something new to look at, so loving the map so far, Nitrodad. As soon as I did the map tour, I was like, oh, I know where I'm going to be doing my next series for sure. So we decided to make it hard on ourselves. We made a few changes to the startup equipment here to have some North American style equipment, and then we took on some debt and got rid of all of our money. It's gonna be fun. And we're already 50% going around the field once here. I'm loving it. We're getting some good yields off of this field, despite not having our precision farming data available. We gotta get a better feel for how much money we're gonna need to get our spring field work done though here. I'm gonna have to go look at some of the prices, I think, on the equipment and figure out what that lease is gonna be to make sure we don't run too low on funds for that here. And hopefully as we actually will get into September and October, we'll have more harvest contracts pop up. It's a little early right now, but Nitrodad did us a solid and had corn ready to harvest in August here, so we've got an early crop this year. Yeah, and it's, I don't know, it's fun that I think this is the first map that I've actually played with smaller equipment and not had it feel daunting. Like, I feel like the equipment is not going to make the gameplay painful for me. I'm still going to enjoy myself, so I'm enjoying it a lot. Don't know if you've tried riding horses at dealership yet, but it's a fun experience. I have not. I did not see that. We'll have to give that a try at some point here. That does sound like a lot of fun. All right, I think we're gonna spin around here. And what's gonna be the best way to tackle this field? Actually, it might be good to go kind of side to side here now that I'm looking at how it looks. Let's we'll drive back down here. We'll do a bunch of short rows because I think in the grand scheme of things, this field is longer this way than the other way. The angles are always just a little bit off, and it bugs me if I don't harvest the corn in the farm sim angle so that it looks like I'm driving down a row. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna drive down the rows. We'll square it off. By the time we get a couple rounds in, it'll be perfect. I could just cut through diagonally and then work both ways, but we're not gonna do that. Somehow you find a crazy glitch on every map. Yeah, it happens. I've been doing game development for my full-time job now, and I have to say, you find some really weird issues when you're testing stuff out that it's just like, how in the world does that ever happen? I don't understand. But it makes it fun. It's interesting. You gain a lot more appreciation for what both modders and giants and different things goes through when they're making their games, when you're actually the developer on the back end trying to do it. So I will say that my appreciation for the game development specifically has improved quite a bit. I've done a lot of development in my career, but this is my first foray into game development. Been a lot of fun. Oh, it looks like we have to wait and catch him on the way back down. He's got an 80% tank, so I'm sure we'll be able to do that. Let's swing around here, though, and get it going. Godly Devil, if you can, gift 1 month free for David Brody. Well, I appreciate the donation, sir. I'm not sure I'm actually included in the new program that YouTube is running for gifting channel memberships yet. That's a new feature that's coming, and I'm not into that yet. But if you're looking to get him onto the Discord server, send me a DM. We can at least hook him up on the Discord side of things, sir, and get him into the multiplayer servers if you'd like. We will, at some point, though, hopefully get included to the program that YouTube is running where you're going to be able to start gifting memberships. And I know Clutch and DJ got invited into that and was seeing how that works on their streams, a lot like Twitch, where different members can gift memberships to other people. So hit me up on the Discord server there. And we'll get you on to the multiplayer server for a month here and see how you like it, Mr. Brody. I'm really excited to see YouTube as a platform growing quite a bit in the last few months, especially for streaming. I feel like Twitch has always done a great job of kind of having that community atmosphere around their streamers. And YouTube has done a great job from a video posting perspective, and seeing its streaming capabilities kind of step up and get to the same level that Twitch has had for a while now is going to be really exciting. So I can't wait to see that continue to grow. Because I know myself, I've just been having a lot of fun doing regular live streams. I'm excited to be back to at least weekly live streams now. And so I'm looking forward to hopefully expanding that at some point. I'd love to get back to 2 times a week. Well, I used to stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, but Thursdays is now a working night for me, so I'll have to find another day that works. But it's a busy week. Mondays is swimming, Tuesdays is live streams, Wednesdays is soccer, Thursdays is work, and Fridays I usually like to spend some time with my family. So we'll have to find another day here. We've got just a little bit more corn that we need to get in here to have a full load. I'm still tempted to take one more load up to the elevator. I don't know. I really want to make the most money I can, but I feel like $8 grand is just not going to cut it for leasing equipment to do contracts here. I think once I do some contracts, we'll be good. But I don't know. We'll save it. We'll store it. We'll put it in the bins. That's what we're going to do. Oops, I'm backing up here into the combine. Mr. Brody, you can join the Kedrick Farms Discord server. The link is in the description of the video. And then once you're on the server, just ping me in the general chat channel and introduce yourself, and I will get you set up after the stream. All right, let's see it, little combine. Are you going to get 20% on this round for me so I can go up to the farm? I guess I could just go up to the farm at less than 100%, you know. It's right there. We're splurging on money so much by having a helper on here. It's not exactly feeling the pain of survival here on hard economic difficulty, still using a worker. Oh, I forgot. We've got a gate up still here. Don't need to be wrecking the front of this tractor just yet. We'll get this dumped in, and then I want to take a look. I can't even remember how many, if this is our second load, or I don't think we even had a full load the first time, so we've probably got like next to nothing in this bin right now. How's the healing process this time around? Yeah, I'm doing good. A lot better than my last surgery, so I would say that I'm, back to like 99%. I'm not really in any pain or discomfort anymore. The restrictions come off on Thursday, so I'll be back to it. And Deer and Fords, I usually stream for about 2 hours, which it is past that point now. We're probably going to go for just a little bit longer tonight because I'm having so much fun. We'll try and wrap up a little bit more of this job here, I think. I don't want to wreck the front of the tractor this time. Yeah, exactly. Next time, you better look out, Gate. So, I'm filling this up. I don't even have the international running. Let's see if we can start this auger up while it's got a full hopper there. Get things bogged up. That would not be a good day. And let's walk over here. We've got, oh, this is in liters. Hang on. I can see bushels in here now. A little over 500 bushels in the bin. Not too shabby at all. Oh, we're not dumping corn anymore. It must have got confused when that hopper got full. We'll try it again. I feel like I want to just go edit this auger to extend the hitbox on it a bit. Mostly because I'm just bad at lining things up. I do like having this field entrance right here on the farm side, though, so I don't have to go out on the road. That's pretty snazzy. Now, we've got most of this done. I really want to go pick up that, oh gosh, what do you call it? The soil sampler. So I think we're going to empty this guy out just to make sure he doesn't fill up while we run up to the store. And then we'll go get the soil sampler and we'll take samples. We'll see how bad soil sampling is going to be over in this other field. And if it's not too bad, then I won't regret life so much. Taihan, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Tech, is it possible to have deep, sticky mud in FS22? I have not seen a mud mod in FS22 yet. I know there were mods that did something like that in FS19, though. Jared, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Let's go, Combine. We got places to be. Yeah, Pop-Up, that's what I'm thinking, is that it's not going to be too bad. Buying the soil sampler is only 17K, so I'm hoping I can lease one for a lot cheaper than that. But that's going to eat into our funding here, so I'm a little bit worried about that. But we'll do a few contracts to make up for it at some point here. I'm not going to be doing too many contracts because I think driving some of this equipment around on the map is going to be interesting, to say the least. I guess we've got Follow Me now. I mean, that's going to charge me worker fees. We might do that. I purposefully left auto drive and course play off of this save just because I don't know that the fields are big enough to justify it. So we didn't want course play on here at this point in time, at least. And auto drive and the traffic that we've got, I'd rather have traffic and have some fun with that than turn it off to use auto drive. Oh man, you already made another dem. That would that's gonna be interesting, sir. Have just got the first map out and you've already got plans for another one. I'll be watching with great interest, although I think this is going to keep me busy for a little while. Alright, we might as well just dump this in here real quick since we've got it. It's only 40%, and then I can... I should have just left this gravity wagon out in the field so that if we got full, we could dump the combine manually, but oh well. We're just goofing off now. Let that guy go, hop in here, fire things up. We're going. We're going. Usually use Follow Me when you're running smaller farms and smaller equipment. Yeah, I think Follow Me is actually going to work a lot better for getting the equipment like down the road with me if I needed to bring a combine and a gravity wagon somewhere. Bringing the tractor with the gravity wagon behind the combine using Follow Me would probably work a lot better, I think. So we'll definitely have to consider that here. Now, I'm going to just drop this thing right back out here on the edge of the field, and we're going for a soil sampler. Boop. First, you got to learn some blender skills. Going to need a ton of custom stuff for the next one. Ooh, now I'm excited. I have done some dabbling in Blender, but far from an expert here. I much respect for those that can spend all day doing the 3D modeling stuff. Not my cup of tea. Being into some game development stuff now, I work with a guy who's really awesome at that stuff and can just whip things out left and right, and it's just impressive to me to see somebody that can create things in 3D so easily. Yeah, Toby, we're gonna have to look at that. Like, I get, Follow Me has a lot of different uses. I think that mod actually is very performant. I've never had any major issues with Follow Me, so we can probably add that to our multiplayer servers, no problem. We got to get Unit Convert on there, but I do need to update Unit Convert to have entries for some of the standard extra fill types we have, like dry corn on some of the maps and stuff. So, oh, it only works on single player right now. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess I should have seen how much this lease is going to cost for sure before we drive all the way down there and realize we don't have the money. This thing, yeah, it only costs 17 to buy. Yeah, 867 to lease. That's a lot better than the 10 grand. Well, they wanted to charge me. Well, that's unfortunate. See, the fence didn't get us, but that tree had it coming. Thunder had a post on Facebook. He's working hard on multiplayer to get it released. Yeah, I know he put a patch out for Unit Convert to get that working on multiplayer now, so I'm looking forward to that. Whoops, this is not the dealership. Well, we're here. We might as well top her off, right? Oh my gosh, $25 for hours worth of driving around. 2 hours, not even 2 hours. I haven't been using this tractor that much. An hour's worth of driving around, we spent $25. We're gonna be poor, folks. Tech for the disabled, not yet, but hopefully soon. We're gonna announce our project in the well, I don't know when we're gonna announce it, but hopefully soon. And at that point, right now, until we announce the project, everything's kind of locked down under an NDA. So pretty much all I can say is that I do work in game development right now. Technically, I'm self-employed. When I quit my job at the I worked for a couple software companies before this, 4 or 5. And when I quit my last job, I actually formed an LLC. Under which both the YouTube and then I do a lot of contract development work. And so I'm mostly focused with one organization right now, but I've done work for a couple of companies now. So technically, I work for Keter Technologies LLC, which is a fancy way of saying I work for myself, which is a lot of fun. Someone wanted to pop in a candy bar, get some Casey's Pizza. It's funny, we don't have Casey's Pizza here, at least in the area of Michigan that I'm in. And so when I went out on my little road tour, it's funny, I stopped in Iowa and met up with Grant Hilbert from the squad. And we went out to the dealership to pick up his corn header, I think. And, it was great getting to meet him on that trip. And we stopped at Casey's to get gas or something. I was like, can we just grab lunch here? Because I haven't had Casey's in forever. So, yeah, that's my big story. I went out to eat with Grant. Well, not even out to eat. We ate Casey's in his truck while we were driving to a dealership to pick up a corn head. So, did I miss my turn, folks? I missed my turn. Stop. We should really keep the map up. There's a nice, beautiful red dashed line here on the map for people like me that can't remember. Goodness. Yeah, Toby, so never probably. I'd love to release those videos. The unfortunate part is that I did not have image stabilization on when I recorded the majority of those videos, and they are absolutely trashy looking. And so I never ended up being able to salvage most of the video that I took when I was on that trip. And so I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. And the audio quality was very subpar. And so part of me is just like, well, I'll just take another trip here this summer. And, at least a few of those farms I know I would love to head back to. And now that I've got a better idea of how to do all that, I think I would do a much better job. But we might I've been working with my video editor. We've talked about it a couple of times. We're going to see if we can find a way to salvage some of that and put it together at some point. I just been pressed for time. And so now that I'm finally back to making content on a more regular basis, I'm really hoping that we can get something from those videos out at some point. Because I had a lot of really cool adventures. Got to meet a bunch of different farmers from the community on that trip. Hey, Mr. Simulation, good to see you, man. I've got your map queued up to take a peek at hopefully tomorrow in the evening in between some different things. Looking forward to seeing what you got cooking. Hey, Ryan, welcome to the stream. I'm excited to see more North American farming equipment out there for people to play with. I think Kubota's got some cool looking stuff. Clayton, welcome to the stream, man. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. I missed the message. I think it just said that we're almost 80% full, so I'm going to hop in here real quick. We're going to drop this off, and I'm going to see if we can catch up to this combine here. Oh my goodness, we're gonna knock over our fancy leased equipment here. Mr. Stafford, we need to come out and visit you again. I was especially disappointed that the video that I shot out at your place, you were my first stop. And so a lot of that video just did not come out well at all. And I was really disappointed because you took a huge chunk out of your day to entertain me. And I had a lot of fun learning about something that I'd never gotten a chance to see before. So I would love to get back out there at some point and take a second attempt at that. Because you had a very cool farm. Oh, let's get this going. There we go. Old man Jeb, appreciate you hanging out. It's way past my bedtime too, but we're gonna go scan that field because I can't help myself. So we'll stick around for just a little bit longer here. I'm catching up. Garrett plays. There's the man behind the scenes, keeping the videos flowing. If Mr. Garrett wasn't around, we would be getting less than a video a week out at this stage. So we've got a couple more that I'm working on. I got to get over to you, sir. Brian Rutherford, I'd love to get up to the North Dakota area. Last time I got as far as South Dakota and then turned back up into Minnesota and visited family and friends there. So maybe next time I'll have to try and get a little bit further west. I know there's quite a few people. I'd love to get out to Washington State, actually. I've got a bunch of family out there, and I know a couple of farmers out there. I'd love to go visit. So we'll have to see what the fall brings. How do you harvest blueberries? They're so small. That would have been, I would have loved to get that video out because I had similar questions on how the magic of blueberry farming worked, and Dan and his family were kind enough to let me come out and visit their farm and learn quite a bit about that process. So hopefully I can take another pass at that and we can get some videos out on it at some point, because the equipment for blueberry harvesting was really cool. All right, we're gonna not do this field first. We're gonna go do the other field. Pop-up Gravebeard Smurfs picked the blueberries, right? There was a fair amount of hand picking that goes on, but they do have a really cool harvester that is somewhat similar to the harvesters that we've got for the grape and olive harvesting here in FS22 now. Probably not exactly the same, but similar kind of a deal where it straddles the bush, so to speak, and has these little fingers that knock the berries off into these conveyor belts. It was really cool. All right, let's unfold this. Oh, look at that. Yeah, this is going to do a good chunk of this field. So we don't want to waste too much, but we'll push B to take a soil sample. Tech for the Disabled, you're up in Washington State too? Awesome. Yeah, like I said, there's actually quite a few community members, and I actually have a bunch of family up there too that I've been meaning to get up to visit, so one of these days. We're overlapping a bit here, but that's all right. Now, if I'd done a better job of just driving straight, I wouldn't have to try and keep lining this thing up. All right, here we go. We'll keep going. The problem with it being a circle pattern is you're always going to miss that little bit in the lower sides, so you got to do it when you're only about halfway there. I feel like I take twice as many samples as I need to. Did I see all the chaos a millennial farmer finally got into his fields? I didn't see that he got into his fields. I'll have to check out. He probably posted on Instagram or something. I don't tend to follow all of the social media platforms very well. I'm terrible about that. But I had seen that they were working on trying to find some replacement parts for the planter that I think the boxes got just destroyed. So crazy the amount of damage that went through that area. Farm for you for real when you moved to Michigan? Yeah, I'm in Michigan. It's funny, there's a huge chunk of the community in Michigan I hadn't realized. And so I need to get out and meet more people in the area, because honestly, I would love to just come out and sit in a tractor for an afternoon and, you know, maybe record some videos, but just come and hang out and learn more about how farming is these days, because most of my farming experience is 25 years old now, so I would love to just keep getting out there and seeing what people are actually doing these days. All right, so I've taken a whole bunch of soil samples now. A whole bunch. I've taken 9. So let's hop into the menu now, and we'll see if I can. What do I do with the soil samples? So, but no, send for analysis. There we go. Y. Boom. Got it. Like to see more about Larson's. Yeah, I saw that they got hit pretty good too. Yeah, that's one thing I do like about how Millennial Farmer does his content. I mean, there's usually a lag, but when big things happen, you find that they try to toss a video out pretty good. And he's super active on the other social media platforms, so he's always posting something. Looks like the combine's still going to town here, which is good. I'm going to open this back up, B, to take sample. But I can appreciate a schedule when it comes to YouTube videos for sure. Well, maybe I'm the wrong person to say that, since I'm the worst person there is at sticking to a schedule, but I can understand or appreciate the desire to stick to a schedule. Yeah, I saw a part of the live stream, and then he also put a video out, I think yesterday or today, that had some of the same footage from the live stream, but also just it was a little bit more polished, and they talked about things a bit, and I thought he did kind of a good job of explaining everything there. And also I saw some posts on like Instagram and stuff where he's very much you know, appreciative of all the people offering to send help and aid, but talked about the fact that he's got you know, good insurance and things are covered. So that's always good to hear, that you know, while it's having an effect from a, hey, we got to replace this equipment and figure this out so we can start putting corn in the ground, that financially he should be okay. So I know a lot of farmers are going to struggle. It sounds like there's an equipment shortage in some regards as well. So just coming across the appropriate equipment and being able to put things in the field after you lose equipment in a situation like this, especially during the prime of planting season, is going to be a problem for a lot of people. Yeah, and I mean, I still got a few soil samples to go, but that 800 or something to lease this, and you know, I think that was 2,000. So even if I have another 2,000 here, it's way cheaper than the 10K they were going to charge me. So I feel like the $8,000 was probably worth me driving around for 5 minutes here. I'll take it. Although I've got 2 little spots down there that didn't get soil sampled. That's going to irk me if I don't get them, I think. We're going to go get them. We've got a little spot up here in the corner that I can see. Right up here. And then there's one more down by the gate, I think. No, I saw the the video with the bleeps. That was polished. That was it got bleeped. Actually, I really like the subtitle when Becky called him while he was out there looking at the damage. Like, just get back in the house. All right, we are done with the samples, so I'm going to send these away. And then, nope, I didn't want to take another one. There is no cancel. All right, let's fold this all up. I don't need the soil sampler anymore. So before we forget, we're going to return this lease. There it is. Returned. We're not even going to pretend to drive it back up to the dealer. They can come pick it up. Our combine's all done here, so let's get hooked up. Let's put all of this corn in the bin and take note of how much corn we're going to have available for selling when the price comes up here. Oh, dear heavens. There we are. I'd love to see this get emptied into there. It's not going to fit, though, for sure. Or doing a video on your map, or no, just wanted to know. Yeah, actually, I was going to ping you after I got a chance to look at it, Mr. Simulation, and just have you let me know if you were open to me doing a video. I'd be more than happy to put a video out on the map. I always love showcasing new maps and stuff that are coming out, especially from you know, people who have not necessarily released a lot of stuff before. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. Is this your first map, Mr. Simulation? All right, we've got a little bit left in the combine, but not much. Awesome. Well, I will. I'll definitely take a look at it then, and we'll put out a first look video. I'll hit you up on Discord with any questions, or if I need some more info for the video. But yeah, I love doing mod spotlight type videos and showing stuff off. My only general rule with Farm Sim has always been that I try to only do videos with stuff that's going to at some point be publicly released. That's generally been my only rule with the channel all these years, so that's the plan. Tristan's Farms, nice to see ya. We're running later than usual tonight. Oh my, it's almost 11:30. We'll probably have regrets tomorrow, but we're having too much fun to stop in the middle of a job on this playthrough, so this is going to be a good spot to transition to I think a video episode for the next episode on this series. I've had a ton of fun on the Let's Play here. We got everything set up. We harvested our early crop corn that we started out with. And I don't know, we just got a great feel for the map here, so I'm excited. We're going to shut all of these tractors down. And, oh, we didn't actually empty the corn. I thought we'd emptied this, but I probably shut the engine off. My bad. Yeah, Toby Neal, Patriot Modding, I believe, is the name that they're going by now. It's got a few of the members from the JS mapping team, and they're working on some cool stuff. I can't wait to check it out. And yeah, Tristan's, this is, it's interesting. It's a great map. Perfect size for some of this smaller, older equipment. In fact, I'm gonna grab this. This is almost like a perfect screenshot if I can figure out how to do the things. See if we can grab this at an appropriate angle to get a little bit of all three. Oh, maybe we'll even... It's always funny to try and come up with screenshots for stuff. There we go. It's, I pulled forward a little bit when I thought I was done here. Oh, we had this one running. So I want to get all this corn out of the vehicles here and into the bin because I'm curious to see what our total in bin is. So we'll see. Mustard Seed, welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you. All right, everything looks empty. Yep, good. Alrighty, here's the moment of truth. Oh, a little over 1,000 bushels, not too bad. 1,052, we'll call it. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that price to get up near $17. That's the magic price is just shy of 18, but sometimes it's not going to get up to the max price for sure. So. And yes, Godly Devil, we are going to have to find some money for a pressure washer here at some point. Now, I lost a lot more money than I was expecting to lose here at the end of the stream, and I think most of that came out of the cost for precision farming, but I don't know where that would have been. This miscellaneous is in part the loan costs, which I think was the $250. I don't know. We spent some money somewhere, and I don't know where it came from. But we're all there. We're good to go. This $3,000 is going to have to suffice for us. I can't even fold the pipe without the engine on. I mean, that's realistic, but come on now. We're going to just toss this stuff right back into the shed here. And I think wrap things up here. Next video the next episode of this series will be a video. We'll see when that comes out, but my goal is to do a live stream and a video for this series and kind of mix it up that way. That way we can tackle some bigger jobs and stuff with some cutscenes and whatnot, but also, you know, doing stuff like we did tonight in the live stream felt about right, well paced, and gives me enough freedom to interact with chat and have some fun. So I really appreciate everyone coming and hanging out tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, helps me out a lot, and we'll see you next stream. That's all for today. Kedrick